It's time for, oh, I can't do it right. Critics Corner! CCN Sunrise segment star Mark Labella will be on.
Okay, well, with the end of the year coming around now, Mark and his guest Arvin's going to be with us discussing the most memorable movies of 2016.
That'll be interesting.
Take it away, guys.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Scott. So today we are going to talk about the top movies of 2016. Here with me is
Arvin Lee.
So Arvin, we had some great movies today this year actually,
Yeah,
right? So why don't you give us your top 5 of the year and we can compare and contrast on what the different movies are that are amazing this year.
Yeah. My number 5 is Zootopia. My number 4, I put Train to Busan. It's a Korean zombie movie. Really good.
That's a great movie.
Number 3, I have Deadpool. And number 2, I have 10 Cloverfield Lane. And my number 1, Mark, is Eddie the Eagle. Not a lot of people saw it, but it is definitely one of my favorites.
You know, that's really good because my movies are actually a lot different, but also we have 2 that are the same.
Oh, great.
All right, so at number 5 for me is 10 Cloverfield Lane. That's something that we have similar, right? At number 4, The Jungle Book. Number 3, a movie that I love as a veteran and as a former hospital corpsman, is Hacksaw Ridge. Lovely, true story of a movie. At number 2, I have Zootopia. And at number 1, drum roll please, Captain America Civil War. It is the number 1 movie both domestically and internationally. It earned more than $1 billion. It's actually one of the best movies I've ever seen because it's a culmination of all those Marvel movies that we've seen all this time.
I mean, it had the bits and pieces to make a great blockbuster film. It just didn't really do anything new for me. But I agree that it was a fantastic movie.
So let's talk about something that we have both similar. We both have Zootopia in our top 5 list.
We do.
So I really think that this movie deserves the animation Oscar. What do you think?
I 100% agree with you, Mark. It really just turned the game upside down for animated movies. It just, the story was compelling, and it's more relevant today than ever.
You know what's really interesting? The National Board of Review actually just named Kubo and the Two Strings as its top animated movie 2016, and I can't agree with that.
I can't agree with that either.
My number 1 is actually Zootopia, and for animated movies. Number 2 would be Moana, and number 3, a far distant 3, to be honest with you, was Kubo and the Two Strings.
It was an amazing feat.
It was. It's a great movie.
It's a stop-motion film. The puppetry and the animation was incredible.
Right.
The story just wasn't as compelling.
The story was okay for me, but my problem with that was that third act of the movie was so disjointed. It was just flash, 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 and that's a big problem for me.
Another film we agreed on, Mark, was 10 Cloverfield Lane. I have to say that is just one of the best suspenseful movies I've ever seen.
Right. I absolutely love that movie. My thing with that movie is it was great acting, it was great story, it was suspenseful without being bombastic.
Oh my
gosh, with movies these days, everything has to be explosions and everything has to be kicking butt, when actually 10 Cloverfield was this insular, beautifully made movie that kept you at the edge of your seat the whole time.
I absolutely agree. And if you're like me and you're a little claustrophobic, you feel claustrophobic almost the entire time, which just adds to the suspense.
Right, absolutely.
And I just thought it was beautifully directed and written, and overall it's just one of the best suspenseful movies of all time, really.
Exactly. The most disappointing movie for you of 2016?
The most disappointing movie for me of 2016, sadly to say, is Suicide Squad, Mark.
Suicide Squad, okay.
Yeah, it just didn't really do it for me. I was really looking forward to it. David Ayer on the project. I expected a lot. It just, the story wasn't compelling enough for me.
Okay, for me, my most disappointing movie of 2016 is actually another DC movie, unfortunately.
DC haters here.
I love DC, I do. I love DC so much, but it had to be Batman vs. Superman. That was the only movie this year that I actually dozed off on, and the friend that I went with actually started snoring at 1 p.m. in the afternoon.
Don't blame him.
But I'm still looking forward to the next DC movies, such as Wonder Woman and Justice League. Thank you, Arvin, for coming to Critics Corner. Back to you, Mary and Scott.
Thanks, Mark. Coming up, he's devoted to finding justice for everyone.
James Stephen, the CEO and founder of Justice Inc., says he has a way to drastically reduce police shootings. He's up next.